Hey guys, my name is Emma and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another 360 book review where I give you a 360 view of a book in 360 seconds. Today we're talking non-fiction and we are talking about Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs by Steve Brusatte. This is a comprehensive look at the lifespan of dinosaurs on our planet, going all the way back from pre-dinosaur era all the way through to their extinction event and beyond. I absolutely adore this book. I think it is fantastic. It's a wonderful blend of science with some kind of memoir elements to both Steve's life but also the paleontologist who discovered the dinosaurs, and the way that paleontology has gone into the public eye and back out again, and how popular or not it's been, especially in relationship to things like the Jurassic Park franchise and how we have understood dinosaurs in the past. So it goes chronologically and takes you through the various different timelines. It's quite handy. It does have some kind of like timeline stuff here and covers the family trees and everything, so there are some diagrams to show you what you're on about. So we start with the Paleozoic era, which is kind of pre-dinosaur, then the Mesozoic era, which is very much when the dinosaurs ruled, and we go from Triassic, Jurassic to Cretaceous, and then the Cenozoic era, which is kind of beyond. So the strongest thing about this book is definitely for me personally, the level of science that it pitched it at. Now that's something which is very difficult to tell how another reader is going to approach that, because obviously it is very dependent on how much knowledge you have coming into this. As somebody who was very obsessed with dinosaurs as a kid but definitely has forgotten a lot of that information now, I think that this is a really good entry level book. If you know a lot about dinosaurs, you may find this one a little bit slower, but it's brilliant for those of you who have potentially just like seen Jurassic Park or maybe like the Walking with Dinosaurs franchise but not actually kind of studied it in any real depth. Steve has a lovely natural writing style that just kind of rolls through the facts without it feeling like it's bombarding you, but you do feel like you are learning a lot, not just in terms of kind of the individual dinosaur breeds themselves, but how they understood, like how you can understand how they all fit together in kind of like an ecological system. There's some really awesome discussions about like the kind of fossil evidence beyond bones that we use to understand how dinosaurs lived, and also things like how they can track like which breed of dinosaur was more prolific and whether we were kind of growing or decreasing in terms of like species variety, and then what that means for the world. It also links it to all the geological and geographical stuff that was going on at the time, with like the movements of the continents and Pangea and all of the like mini extinction events that happened, and then it does build you right the way up to the big extinction event at the end. The potential cons of the book, depending on your stance, is I have heard people not enjoy some of the anecdotes about the paleontologists that are in there. Personally, I think that they were absolutely wonderful and I really love that human element to it, but if you are looking for just a strict dino book that doesn't have any reference to like the people who found them, you may not like how much of that is in here. I also found that it was a little thin on the ground for recommendations of further reading, and I would have really loved Steve to just have like a nice long list at the back of books to go to next. Steve, however, is a babe, and if you tweet him he will send you some recommendations, and I am going to link down below a list of the books that he has recommended that I go on to read next, of which there are so many. Also, if I miss any, feel free to like check out my Goodreads want to read list, because it has freaking tons for dinosaurs. If you just put like dinosaur into the search bar, loads will come up. Another thing that I think that would have helped this book a little bit more was potentially some kind of guides for how to say the dinosaur names in brackets when they're first listed, and also potentially, I know this one's harder to do, but some more images of what the dinosaurs looked like. Each of the chapters does start with a kind of drawing of a dinosaur, if I find you one. So we can see here, there's one there, and it does say the name underneath of what it is, but they were few and far between, and I really would have liked more imagery related to them, because it was only after reading about some of them for kind of a good few pages that I realised that I actually knew some stuff about this one, because I'd seen it in a Walking with Dinosaurs episode and I hadn't connected it because I'd never seen the name written down, so I didn't know how it's pronounced, and also it wasn't physically described. It doesn't go into a crazy amount of detail about the flying dinos or the sea dinos, because they're not technically dinosaurs. They are pterosaurs or what is it? Plesiosaurs. And I personally would have liked more information about those. They seem very underrepresented in media out there, which is very frustrating. But I do understand that Steve is talking about dinosaurs specifically and is trying to draw that line and that demarcation between what the world thinks of as all just being dinos and what is technically a dinosaur in the like scientific term of the word. This book is awesome because there's just so many like standout facts that are really fun that you can kind of learn to just throw into conversation. Like, I love the discussion of the distinction between like the Allosaurus and the stuff that happened in the Jurassic period to then the Cretaceous period, and how the T-Rex marked a change in like how predators acted. And I thought that was really, really interesting. Like, the Allosaurus is almost like the lion of the dinosaur world, whereas the T-Rex is more like the crocodile because of the way that their jaws functioned. I thought that was really, really cool. Discussions of why the T-Rex is so big as a icon of dinosaurs in our culture is really interesting, and how there were other breeds of dinosaur that were all very, very similar to the T-Rex that fitted the same ecological niche across the world but have not had that rise to stardom. There you have it for me. That is my review of The Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs. It's an absolutely wonderful book and brilliant if you were that kid who was super obsessed with dinos, or if you are fascinated by anything that goes on in the Jurassic franchise / Walking with Dinosaurs. Check it out. They're amazing. I've said dinosaurs so many times in this video. Have a wonderful reading week, and I'll chat to you soon. Bye guys!